Why did he lose to Liam Smith? Why do you think he lost to Liam Smith?
When someone staggers like that, it means they've been looking at bling. They've been looking at money. They've been looking at girls. They've
not preparing.
Yeah, they think it's easy.
Yeah.
And when you think it's easy, even a fighter of his caliber can beat you and look good doing it.
He's a world-class operator, Liam Smith, as well, though, isn't he?
Sorry, I come from a world of bigotry and racism. Okay,
What's
in the
that got to do with
1990s, it wasn't. In the 1990s, they wouldn't have allowed me to fight a man like Liam Smith.
Why is that then? You fought lots of fighters. You fought. I want to watch you fight Dan Sherry. And what's the point?
The point is the caliber of the fighters he's fighting.
Yeah.
Or the caliber when fighters are being trained by who I call physical education teachers, they're not learning how to fight.
What, Roy Jones Jr.?
Roy Jones Jr. Okay. Roy Jones Jr. This is a credit I give him. Okay. He taught my son patience, but my son, it seems to me, hasn't used it. You're supposed to combine the patience with that speed and that crack in your punches. And
can he beat him now? Can Chris, because I don't think you can Chris come back, your son, and avenge the I was at the fight and I watched it and I picked Liam Smith to beat him and I picked him to beat him again. You're his dad, you know him. He's now got serious, or might be getting serious, because perhaps he didn't prepare this fight properly. He's got the same people around him that you think are no good for him. Can he win this fight?
David Hay called me the other day and said he doesn't spar. He does everything that he wants to do. He's got yes men around him. And so it seems to me, by what David Hay said to me, that he's still not listening. And so I don't know, because I don't watch anymore, because I have do you know what it is to give 10 years of your life? To the concentration, I've got to get him money. I've got to bring his name up. You think it was easy? 8 years I suffered
But why is it Chris? It's him. It's his life. Why is it, again, I keep hearing you in the conversation.
Because without me, you can't make the money that he's made.
I agree with that.
There were 3 fights he had.
And same for Conor as well, then.
There were 3 fights he had. Now, this will actually shock a lot of these fighters, because I know what they're being paid, or I have a feeling of what they're being paid. Okay? 3 fights with fighters who were like Yildirim, okay? $9 million. $9 million. I got him that. He can't make that money without someone like me. They're paying these guys £60,000 a fight. Let me tell you something, okay? What's going on is a disgrace. It's a racket. It's a racketeering. Surely you know that. Now,
I don't think it's great. I agree with you.
Be specific, Chris. What in terms of racketeering, what's racketeering? What's going on?
Conor said it beautifully on Piers Morgan. I don't know what happened. He's the only one who doesn't know. Everyone else knows. Everybody else in his team knows what's happened. He doesn't know what's happened because he is the mark. I've been in this situation.
It's a very unique perspective Chris is giving, because what he's basically saying is a relationship is very different between. It's like having a football coach. Different. When these fighters go into a ring, it's a different relationship. And I understand more of his point than I did at the beginning of the conversation about the nature of why people would be also complicit in outcomes.
Look, these guys are making, how do you pay a trainer 10% or 5% when, what do you know if you've only had no fights, if you've had 5 fights, if you've only been an amateur? How can you be paid 10% of a fighter's money?
What would Chris be saying? Listen to this. Would he be saying,
I was just about to say the same
I'll tell you what
thing.
he'll be.
Christ's sakes, Dad.
I'll tell you what he'll be saying. Well, yeah, well, he's always right. Or he always thinks he's right.
Right.
And for boxing, again, I am protecting my son. With what? With 52 fights, 24 world championship fights.
Oh, we know your
19 world championship wins. Never losing a fight which wasn't a championship fight.
Yeah. But then you got a lecturer and he doesn't want you around.
Hold on.
When's the last time you spoke to him?
Hold on. I've got to tell you about the beatings. The two last beatings I took from this Carl Thompson.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. This gives me the credibility to actually protect my son, no matter what he says, because he hasn't been through anything like what I've had to go through, and I want to protect him through that. He doesn't have the constitution I have. As they say, okay, hard men create easy times. Easy times creates parasites. People who just want instant gratification. You got to work. This is boxing. It's modern day gladiator.
Chris, I get what you're saying.
This is where you lose your life.
This sounds harsh on you.
Oh no!
But hang on, Chris.
This is the harsh I've lived.
But Chris, it seems like Chris Jr., your son, doesn't want to listen to you,
and so he has to feel. But that's it. He has to feel. If you won't listen, then life will teach you what it taught many of the other fighters. Didn't teach me because I knew, because I was obedient to who was teaching me. Yeah, I was obedient. I listened. Do you understand? I trained in such a way where I was working out what this person can do to me. Okay, so how can I prevent that?
I wonder what you'd have done if you'd had you in your corner. You never had you in your corner. You with your personality,
let me tell
with
you
your
what,
reach, with your influence and your track record.
Let me tell you what. If I had me in my corner, how do you beat a man like me?
Interesting.
Yeah, how do you beat?
Put some headphones on like Steve Collins.
You have to take advice. It is arrogance when you shut your ears.
I agree.
Arrogance, and what arrogance gets you is what it got him in his last fight. Okay, you can't the caliber of Liam Smith doesn't beat Chris Eubank Jr. on my watch. I'm no longer there, so I don't know anymore. Now, in terms of Junior and what he does, I don't know.
I've got to pull you on this. Caliber of Liam Smith.
The caliber of Liam Smith.
What, a two-time world champion? Chris hasn't won a world championship. Why would you say the caliber? You might say the size, but why the caliber?
The caliber. Okay, I'll have to tell you why then.
Go on then.
Okay, because around in my I would put it to you like this. Junior on my watch is not supposed to lose to a Liam Smith. On my watch, on the watch of these PE teachers, yeah, anything can happen, and anything did. Now,
did he lose to Billy Joe Saunders on your watch?
You know, yes. Yes, he did.
Did he lose to George Groves on your watch?
Yes. But if you don't listen, you're going to feel.
Oh, so now he's not listening when you're in. He can't win.
He can't win
now, can he?
He has never listened.
Make your mind up, Chris. 1 minute.
No, I've made up my mind. You're just hearing it for the first time. Okay. He's never listened. Now you're gonna verify that through the people around him. Most certainly Ronnie Davis, who doesn't lie, who doesn't play games, who doesn't deal in lies. He's my son. I know what he is.
I know you know better than all of us.
My son could have been a tremendous fighter. He electrified me when watching him.
I agree on that. But he hasn't been, has he? Because
he doesn't listen. And when you don't listen, okay, you have to feel. In Jamaica, in my mother's tongue, if you can't hear, you got feel dreadlocks.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.